Hey everybody, it's Jim here. Today we're going to be checking out the Walrus Audio Julianna pedal. This is not the latest and greatest new pedal on the market. However, I've gotten to spend the last month with it thanks to Pirate Borrow Music, and I've found that this can do a whole lot more than what it might suggest from the front panel. I'm going to be showing you some tips, even if you don't have this modulation pedal, that you might be able to use with stuff you already have to really spice up some of your guitar parts, as well as showing this thing in action, both isolated with just guitar and in a full band mix. Earlier in this video, I mentioned that I'm borrowing this pedal. It feels like there's something new coming out every single week, and sometimes we end up purchasing things that aren't exactly cheap these days, and we end up not loving them. We either put them on a shelf or away, we don't use them, or we sell them for around half, sometimes even less than what we paid for them, and that's a pretty crappy way to go about things in my opinion, unless you know you're going to love it. With Buy or Borrow Music, the people that are letting me borrow this, you don't have to worry about that. You can exchange the pedal for a new one every single month and figure out what's really going to work for you. A whole year's membership is going to cost you less than what a lot of guitar pedals would by themselves as a one-time purchase. You want to learn more? I encourage you to click the link in the description of this video and see what they have on offer and if it's a good fit for you. People have been using modulation on clean guitar parts for decades because it just works. Even if what you're playing is relatively simple, it gives it a little bit of character and makes the song a little bit spicier in my opinion. But for me, I also love using it with dirt. Right now, I'm plugged into the Origin Effects MEQ driver and then into the Julianna. Sounds a little bit something like this. Sounds pretty cool in isolation, but let's check it out with a full band mix. In that particular mix, it's not an over-the-top effect, but it does, again, add a little bit of flavor to it. One trick that I love to do is I love to stereo pan guitars. I'll do one wet, like we just heard, panned all the way one side, and then I'll take a second guitar, and I'll pan the exact same part and pan it to the other side with no effects on it. Maybe a little bit of gain, but certainly no other modulation. One thing I love about the Julianna, not every mod pedal can do this. It's a stereo pedal, so if you have it wired as such, one of the signals will go out totally dry to one side, and the other one, you can kind of vary how much of the modulation you want going out of it, so you can create the same effect without having to play the same part twice or, have a second guitar. One thing I didn't explore in today's video that I know a lot of people will find useful is the fact that you can use an external expression pedal with this. I'm fine with just using the tap tempo. That is more than enough for me, but I know there are certain rigs that really rely on having those sorts of things available to them, and you can use one with the Julianna. Overall, I think that this is an awesome sounding pedal. I think that the sound demonstrations speak for themselves, and I'm sure by now, even if this is your first time watching it, you could see why this is such a very popular pedal amongst so many people in the guitar community. It's built well, you can get a variety of sounds, it's simple to use. Not much else needs to be said. I would definitely recommend checking one of these things out. Thank you to the people at Buy or Borrow Music for letting me borrow this for a month. If there's a pedal you would like to see me demo for maybe next month or the month after, let me know in the comments section down below. We'll see if we can make it happen. Thank you for watching today's video, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take it easy, everybody.